Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. This is Natasha from Crafting Extreme Love, and I am so excited to be back here with y'all today to share a plan with me video. It has been a long time, hasn't it? I have a good reason to be back today. I'm going to be sharing this planner spread that I created using the brand new routine stamp set from Kellie Stamps that goes live in her shop today. Like so many of Kellie's stamps, the routine stamp set is definitely so versatile. I have used it here in my regular main squeeze planner and also have tried it out on some traveler's notebook layouts, and I've got some ideas on how I can also use this in my memory planner. I have no doubt that no matter what type of paper crafter you are, this is one that you are going to want in your stash. Outside of this stamp set here, I am using a previous Cocoa Daisy kit. I had some leftover stickers. I want to say that this is from the June kit. I want to say it was called Serengeti. I really enjoyed these like rich colors. I did not use the whole kit, so I was really stuck on what to do for this week's layout, and I was like, man, I don't have any new stickers, and I was really feeling creatively stuck. And then I said, hold on, Natasha, you have tons of stickers. Let's see what we can do to mix and match some things. So what I did is I grabbed this Cocoa Daisy kit. I saw the colors and I thought, well, even though this was a kit that was originally designed in June, here in South Florida it is still very warm. Fall, as much as I would like for it to be here, is not here. I'm curious for wherever you are in the world if it is starting to cool down, or maybe it's like how it is here in South Florida and still very super hot. So regardless of the hot heat, I do want all of the fall vibes. So I thought that this was a fun way to still have that vibrancy of the summer, but also bringing in that warmth of the fall season. So when I'm pulling stickers from different kits or different sticker books to pull together, what I usually do is I pick a few colors that I want to highlight, and then I go from there. So if you saw in the very first part of the video, I was flipping through the Cocoa Daisy sticker kit, and then I went to the Modern Farmhouse sticker book from the Happy Planner, and I saw some of these like light pinks and olive greens that worked really well with this rust orange and the warm yellow color that you see in that chevron print. So I went ahead and pulled stickers, just a few that I thought would match really nicely to the existing stickers that I had pulled from the Cocoa Daisy kit. So I am working on putting the remaining stickers down. I generally place the boxes where I know that I roughly have a main to-do or an event happening that I really want to make sure grabs my attention. I typically use those boxes for that type of event or important task. Now I'm going ahead and also using some of the clear stamps from the Details stamp set, which was released last month. It is still available in the shop. This is another one, y'all, that just is so versatile. I can see myself using this over and over and over again, and that's something that I just really appreciate about Kellie's stamps. As somebody who, unfortunately, I do not have a limitless crafting budget. I really wish that I did, but I'm always conscious of the products that I'm purchasing and what are the different ways that I can use it. And I feel like that's why Kellie's stamps really like speak to me, as cheesy as that sounds. A design tip that I would like to share with you today is that when you are using stickers from multiple kits, what you can do is make sure that the colors that you are using are traveling throughout your pages. I typically like to use things in groups of 3. I think that is most aesthetically pleasing. So if you can see here, I've got the rust orange repeated 3 times, which would form a visual triangle. I've got the yellow throughout the page as well. Now what I'm going to do with this light blush pink is I'm going to use that for stamping. So I'm going to be able to carry that color even more so throughout my layout using inks from my stash. Now, I am somebody who would still consider themselves a novice stamper, but I definitely feel like the more that I stamp, especially in my planner, I know that that can be wildly scary to some, but I want to remind you, for all the planner girls out there, even if you stamp and it is an oops, you can always cover it up with a sticker. I was actually really afraid to stamp that top 5 with the black outline right on top of the blush pink, but I said to myself, you know what, if I goof this one, it is okay. You can even apply a bit of whiteout tape on top prior to layering that sticker if you're concerned that it will show through. That's another little trick that I have done in the past that has really helped me get over that block and kind of that fear in stamping in my planner. Now, one thing that I really love about the routine stamp set is it does have this top 5. I am someone who lists, and that's just my style of planning, is really generating lists and lists and lists and lists, which this full box layout insert from Lights Planner Action really works for me for that. But sometimes I've got so many lists that it's difficult to prioritize specific tasks that like have to get done that week, or it has to get done that day. I don't know about you, but sometimes those tasks, or it's mostly tasks, those tasks get lost in the sauce. And it's not because of my planner pages, it's really because there's too much that's going on in my brain some days and I just forget it. So what I've started to do is in the Monday column listing those most important things. And it's actually been really beneficial to me. It's right there in the front of the week, and I'm able to look back at it and make sure that I am crossing off all of those tasks by the end of the week. Now I've got the week layout completed. I am moving on to creating a little half sheet insert. So this week is a little bit different because my partner will be visiting family out in California, and so there is a lot of little details about my routine that's going to look a little bit different than it does most weeks, as I'm gonna do double duty, especially with things around the house and with our dogs. So I wanted to create a little cheat sheet for myself. I'm also one, I guess this goes kind of hand in hand with those lists and having a hard time sometimes distinguishing what are the most important tasks to get done that day. I also have a hard time budgeting time. For me, 15 minutes and 2 hours can feel like the exact same darn thing. So writing down specific routines and times and like things that I need to accomplish in the morning and then things that I need to accomplish in the afternoon, this really helps me as that resource to look back on, and it also really helps me to manage my anxiety and not really stressing over things that don't need to be stressed. I added some blocks of color, creating a repeat pattern with the digit placeholders there, using some of my very favorite colors right now that I'm crushing on super hard. I'm obsessed with these distressed oxide inks so much. I love how they look. I like that imperfect stamp that they leave. I think it's super beautiful. So now what I'm doing on the inside is really building the nitty-gritty of the routine. It's mostly going to be the morning that I'm focusing on in here, as that is usually when my partner does all of the things for our pooches, and I get to sleep in in the mornings, not for this week, so I think that this is going to be really helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up here. I am using some box stickers from that Happy Planner sticker book to add some titles to these important times, and then I'll be going ahead and filling in the details off camera, but I am so pleased with how this turned out. Now that I created this half sheet here to place in my planner for this week as a guide for the routine and what it looks like this week, I really want to create one for my quote-unquote more normal life, and really thinking about my morning and evening routines and documenting that. I'm a super visual person, so having that all outlined is tremendously helpful. I know this year during the pandemic, all of our routines have been thrown off quite a bit, and we're all constantly pivoting and adjusting to all of the changes that have come our way, and with that our routine looks quite a bit different. So I really appreciate having a stamp set like this that can allow me to flesh out those details that are really important to being a functioning human in 2020 with the global pandemic, but also having that creative outlook in creating something that I know that I want to look back on for those important details. I'm going to go ahead and add just a few more decorative elements because I'm a little extra like that, and I wanted to have a little pop of detail right there in the corner. I hope you have enjoyed today's plan with me, featuring Kellie's new stamp set called Routine. It's over at her shop. I do have a link directly below, along with a special code just for you. I would love to hear from you in the comments below. How has your routine changed, and then how would you use this stamp set in your planner? And if you don't use planners, how could you use this in a scrapbook or traveler's notebook layout? I've got some final photos here to share with you all. Thank you so much, as always, for joining. If you have enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join our community. Thank you, and have a great day.